What's up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to, as usual, go into a recap of tonight as well as go into. We have about 10 plays tomorrow, and again, this is just for anyone new watching and anyone tailing. So, as you can see, this was last night. We had as I went over, the Jets Rangers was our first leg 3 loss in a bit, and Tulsa has been letting us down, but that didn't stop me from taking them today. Again, I'm going to show you guys why I choose these metrics. I'm not saying they always work, but over the course of a season, they are essentially foolproof. So we got Tulsa leg 3, and we got the Oilers to cover the Flyers leg 3. That one was pretty funny. We got it on an empty net. I'll take it. Starting to see how hockey works. I'm also starting to see hockey is a good one to go live. But for now, we hit that one. We hit the most of our college plays, and our only college losses were leg 1s, which I made leg 1s for a reason. So as you can see, we closed 6 sequences, and we have a decent bit of legs open sequences. So these are my plays, and I'm going to go into why I like them. Now, this is what I meant about the against the spread. So first we have our plays for tomorrow, and I'm going to pick one out at random. Well, it's not at random, but just one of the first ones I like out at random. South Florida. Now, they're within historical norms. What do I mean by that? As far as their over-under, they are within historical norms. They are only at 74%. We were fading them when they were about where UAB is at, okay? And it's just because, look at all the teams in the 70s. And then if you go back, I'm not saying it never happens, but you have 2. And this is teams that played a full schedule, mind you, as well. You can see here, most of these teams played half a schedule. That was the COVID year. But the years where our full schedule is played, here we have 5, most in the low 70s. It's just a metric that typically holds. So we're not going to see all these teams, in my opinion, Stetson, Rice, all these teams finishing in the mid-70s. I just don't see it. Now, more importantly, why did I like 3 of the Tulsa, and why do I like them so much? Well, again, this same metric, this high 70s, it's the same case for teams covering the spread. You'll see teams that have finished in the teens before. Tulsa was at 12%. Now you see they're at least better than Pacific was last year. That's what I was trying to explain. There's no way this team is going to drop. So while Tulsa, picking them hasn't been great for us, picking teams like Loyola, Mississippi, Wisconsin, Green Bay, here are some teams we were picking earlier in the season, just so you understand how much some of these teams have helped us. We were picking Valles Perio a lot this season to cover the spread. They started off really bad, and they started covering. Louisville, they were the worst team in the entire league against the spread. The amount of money they made us is probably ridiculous. Look at UConn. Why is UConn important? Well, they were far and away the best team against the spread. They were in the mid-90s. Now look at them. They're 61%. I mean, this stuff always balances out. So I just started fading them for like the next 5-6 weeks, especially once they miss the spread. It seems like they continuously miss it after that. That's why I like Tulsa to cover another one. Again, Georgia, State, Notre Dame, all these teams aren't going to finish in the low 20s. So I know it's boring, but that's what has helped us. And I did the same thing with hockey. We have a hockey spread. You can go to Action Network. I don't trust Action, but they give accurate puck lines. And that's why I like the hockey plays we played. So, what do we have going into tomorrow? We have a good bit. Rice is the day after tomorrow, just so you know. But let's just start off with our college basketball. We have USF, UCF under. I like that because I just showed you USF's record on the over-under, and I just don't think it continues. So all we're going to do is plug that in right here. Okay. And that's going to be leg 2 of the Youngstown under loss that we did not get. Next, Minnesota, Maryland over, both in the 30%. So this is a good one because you have 2 teams now in the 30%. So the odds of them both dropping, I just don't think it's too likely. Don't forget also that means people are probably going to be taking them to go under. Georgia State to cover Appalachian State. I'm playing that leg 2 as well for the simple reason Georgia State's one of the worst against the spread. And I don't think the combination of Georgia State, Notre Dame, and Tulsa finish all in the low 20s. You'll have probably 2 of them. Tulsa will probably finish in probably right around 20, and I think the other 2 will be like 25 to 27%. So that's why I like that one. And the rest are essentially leg 1s. So we just plugged in Georgia State to cover as a leg 2, we plugged in Minnesota to go over as a leg 2 and UCF to go under. USF particularly to go under that game as a leg 2. So those are our leg 2s. Our leg 3s, I did play Loyola Chicago to cover Fordham because Loyola Chicago is still pretty low on the spread. Fordham's pretty good. In general, I can see people fading them. So it was one where the line matched up. And again, they're not great against the spread, so I'm going to take them. Notre Dame covers UNC. I like this one. I think a lot of people will like this one. People have pointed out the Tar Heels are not themselves this year, and I think it would make sense. They're not getting a lot of points, Notre Dame, despite their abysmal record. So I think more public will be on UNC. So I like this one as a leg 1. And then Navy, American U. Navy's right on the cusp, low 70s. Not saying they can't win. Again, I'm just picking, if you notice, I'm picking a lot of teams that are in the 70s because we only need to split with the system. We went 6-3 today, I believe, but we went 4-5 the day before. There's days we did worse. My point is, we only need to split, but I think by playing these metrics, we're going to do better than split. So that's a leg 1. Stetson, Austin Peay. That's also a leg 1. That game to go under. Stetson is better than Navy on the over, so I could definitely see people pounding that over. And then we're at hockey, and here we just got 2 plays. It's 2 games. I got the Jets Islanders to go over. I made it a leg 2 because of how bad the Jets are on the over. I just can't imagine them continuing at this pace much more. And again, I don't know too much about hockey, but the metrics seem to balance out. And I have Islanders cover Jets and Flames cover Coyotes. Obviously, we will take a split on these two. Because we're getting plus odds. This is why I said I think hockey is going to be great for the system. And if this was a leg 2, we'd even be getting higher unit counts. So I'm going to have to extrapolate and see exactly how many units we're picking up. Because like I said, my goal is to close everyone and get 1 unit. Obviously with juice, we lose some. But you can see we're getting some back now with hockey. And most books, if you can get reduced juice, it doesn't make much of a difference. It's always to win 1 unit. But like I said, with the hockey, the reason we wager 1 unit, and that's the reason I've been keeping it that way, instead of just wagering to win a unit with hockey, is because of the payouts. It's just worth it. So that's why I like, for all the hockey ones, baseball is going to be the same. We'll be playing to win the unit. So this will actually win us 2.25 units if we cover. If not, we go to a leg 2. So I feel safe playing Flames cover and Islanders cover as leg 1s. Jets are really good against the spread. Flames are really bad. And Jets are really good on the over. I'm sorry, on the under. They're good on. I think they've gone under like 70 something percent of the time, maybe 80. Their over under is terrible for the Jets. They're like 15 and 30 something. It's really lopsided. So I think people will pound the under. So I like the over there. And like I said, yeah, Islanders cover, Flames cover, both leg 1s. And Rice will be for the next day. We'll plug that in. But you can see 10 plays again. Today went very smoothly. We got Fresno. We didn't get, we missed Wyoming. So I already got Minnesota plugged in for that tomorrow, as you can see. And I think we do good on these. Like I said, we only really need to split. But we had a good day today, mostly because I've closed out most of our leg 3s. That's why we have so many leg 1s going forward. Which means, of course, we need to lose leg 1, leg 2, and then it gets to a leg 3. That's why the way it works is we pick up so many units at a time, and then when we lose, we will lose a couple leg 3s. But what happens is we get way more than the 7 units to nullify and profit from the leg 3 losses. So I'll be going into tomorrow if I find any more plays for tomorrow. But again, Saturday is the real money day with college. And then we got the NBA coming back too. So we'll have some good days coming up. But I think we do good tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to even getting a split on these 2 these hockey games. Between the Flames, we got that one. The one we got today was it was a leg 3, but it was minus 107. So it's right around your normal even odds. Same with the ones before that. But there's times we're going to get better odds. So we just got to pick the right ones, the right metrics. And like I said, this Islanders one will actually cover us like we want a leg 2 if we get it. So this could really be a good way to go about it, the hockey and the baseball. So take care, everybody, and happy earnings.